cannot wear an American flag unless you love America.
We know instinctively as a people that if we are to get through the darkness and back into the light, we have to work together.
Here, here. Well put, Jon Stewart. Mick Foley will be on Jon Stewart's The Daily Show November 10th, which is next week. And Mick, before the break, I asked you how much you had left in the tank when it came to wrestling. You gave me this. Zero. None. Zilch. But in your book, this is a direct quote from this book, Countdown to Lockdown. You say, I firmly believe that every wrestler after retiring should feel entitled to one honest-to-goodness comeback match if it's done for all the right reasons. You've retired before, but if you're done again in the coming months, coming years, how much more do you really think you have left in the tank to come back and put on such a performance?
Let me quote Tori Amos here again.
Well done, okay.
I followed that lineup by saying everything else is at least partially a grab for money. So keep that quote, both parts of that quote in. When I saw Tori for the last time in Dusseldorf, Germany, I ran back and I said, can I say that you sang Winter for me in New York? And she took me by the hands with an outside grip and she said, you can because I did, which is so profound. So if you think back to that two-part quote, I'll just say, I have, and it is.
Okay, I'm trying to follow you here because I'm thinking to the practical as well.
I had
what we actually saw. Okay?
And everything else has been at least partially a grab for money.
So you still have a contract. You're still under contract with TNA. But I'm thinking that match against Ric Flair.
Yeah, I proved myself wrong there. I really did not think I had any great moments left in the ring, and I felt like that was a really great moment. Combined with the in-ring promo we did the previous week, which was just like this magical feeling going out there and creating in a way that we just don't do in pro wrestling anymore. Because at the very least, things are loosely scripted. In some cases, guys know every word they're going to say. And in this case, I knew one thing Rick was going to say, which was, you look like a pretty good father who ought to stay out of the ring. And I was going to challenge Rick to a match. That was the only thing we knew, and we had 10 minutes, and it was one of these great experiences, and my fear was that we wouldn't be able to live up to that in the ring, and I feel like we did.
Then, okay, if that wasn't your last match, if that's not going to be your last fight, have you thought about how you want to go out?
That actually was the perfect way out, but, life interferes, sometimes with storybook endings. So I'll have a couple more, and hopefully I can do justice to the standards I set before. I don't know if I'll be able to live up to that match, but hopefully I can come up with compelling storylines, get people emotionally involved so they'll forgive me for sucking.
I mean, in the book you talk about this battle against Father Time, and obviously Father Time always wins.
Always, yeah.
Mick, how are you feeling?
Man.
Honestly,
I don't need a lot of wrestling memorabilia to remind me of my career because I wake up every morning.
Right. That's well put.
That's what I do to remind myself that I wrestle.
What's very interesting, and sticking with that theme, one of the viewers of this program emailed me and wanted to ask you this question. TNA has now banned headshots, with cans and chair shots over the head. And I mean, you've taken...
Have they?
Have they? I read rumors, and this is according to one of our viewers, that they banned chair shots to the head. I mean, is this something that should be instituted?
I don't know if it should be completely banned. It should be greatly, greatly minimized, and guys should be encouraged to bring up a hand. If someone is going to criticize a wrestler for the very natural reaction of trying to block a metal object traveling at high speeds, we don't really need them as part of the viewership. I mean, guys got to understand that everybody out there is a human being with a life to live after wrestling, and needs to look out for themselves. One of the questions I asked in the book was whether or not I hit Sting hard enough with the chair shot. And I looked at it on tape, and it was kind of like a lunge. It wasn't like a, oh my God, take your breath away type of a chair shot. And then I thought, he's a legend, he's got a family.
But it's interesting because you're the guy that pushed the limits.
Yes.
You are the hardcore guy, and I'm just wondering whether or not wrestling can go back. and to pre-Mick Foley type wrestling.
Because you can get people caught up emotionally in the storylines. WWE has gone PG. They've greatly eliminated a lot of stuff that I brought there in 96, and they're still, they had their most successful quarter ever in a horrible economic situation. So I think they've shown you can get people compelled, and TNA, is, I think, doing the same thing. Some weeks we're more successful than others, just like WWE is, in trying to get people captivated in the characters. But you don't need all that bloodshed. You don't need it, at least on a regular basis, if you can get people to care about the people on screen.
We got to take a break.
Yes.
Just another reminder, Mick Foley at Square One at 7 p.m. at Chap. There's autograph signings.
That's why I'm not going all out here. I'm leaving some of it for the book signing.
Just some of it, right?
Yeah.
We'll be back right after this.